I thought for starters you guys could give me the 101 on fixed lens. Who and what is fixed lens?
So we are Fixed Lens. We're a post-punk band from Berlin. We started back in 2016. Both of us come from the hardcore punk scene, and we both were in different bands that shared a rehearsal room. And that's how we met, and our bands would go on little tours together, and that's how we became friends. And then the idea kind of popped up to make sort of a post-punk wave project. Originally, there were three of us. Our friend Pato was playing bass originally, and he left maybe shortly the next year. And since then, we have just been kind of figuring out our way through our sound and trying to conceptualize how we wanted to make everything. And it's just been the two of us since.
Yeah, I read the dystopian post-punk. So in a city like Berlin, where do you get the inspiration?
So I write the lyrics, and my sort of concept and goal for this project was to create a sort of a dystopian world where all of the characters and songs live. It's sort of a bit of a depressing, technocratic, distant, not so distant future. And so it sort of informs everything that we do. So like all of the concepts behind artwork and lyrics all kind of revolve around this idea. So that's why we started kind of naming ourselves a dystopian post-punk band.
Yeah, talking about finding your sound, how do you translate all this to a duo in live situations?
We spent the time in the rehearsal room, work out everything, bring everything down into audio tracks, then just have a lot of backing tracks, and it's us then doing the performance about everything on the backing tracks. So I guess till now it worked always quite good.
Yeah, it's a very, very democratic project. Like, we don't do anything that both of us aren't completely 100% behind, and just we don't really have like an alpha force that's like dictating how everything goes. We work really quite well together. It's been one of the most fulfilling music projects I've ever been in.
Yeah, staying with the live performances, you are going for a couple of gigs to Finland next. So for you, what are the makings of a great fixed lens gig?
Inebriated crowd helps. I think because we sort of come from this DIY background, I feel like the small, intimate show space works really well for us. If people dance and have a nice time and there aren't any dickheads there, I think that's fine for me.
I was like this action between you and the audience, like you keep hopefully you keep pushing the audience hopefully keeps pushing you, and it's like good growing energy. I think that's what we still got from our DIY punk band, and still keeps with us.
And yeah, what's punk duo's take on recording? How do you like to record?
That's a you question.
Yeah, and again, thanks to the wonders of modern technology, it's really pretty easy to record today, especially like in all this DIY thingy. So we have our interface, we have our microphones, we have our rehearsal room, where we do everything there, and it's just like 100% in our own rooms. We don't have to rent an expensive studio, and we can like record all the ideas we have. We can instantly record and always have that or can use that as a base to work with. And yeah, it's a really it's a nice approach, different to like being in like a full blown out band where you have like 4 or 5 people practicing, and then you hope that you have like a shitty table record which you can use to write the songs or change the songs and edit songs. And now it's like while we're writing the songs we already start to record, and it's like it's a process which is going together, and like editing, writing and recording, it's happening at the same time. And that's like really like having this editing, recording and writing, singing together at the same time is like super helpful, and that's really gives you a new approach to create music. So I really like this.
Yeah, let's talk a bit about Berlin. You guys know how things were before pandemic, but what is your view? How is the underground in Berlin doing after pandemic?
I think for me, like the scene in Berlin is still quite strong. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of people that are really engaged and really wanting to like go to shows and things like that. What's been hard is that COVID really took a lot of life out of the town. There's a lot of promoters that stopped making shows. There were some venues that shut down. Some house projects got evicted. There was a lot of stuff that sort of went on while everyone was in lockdown. And when we came out, you know, things like finding gigs can be a little trickier. Like booking is more difficult. There's it also seems like because there's slightly fewer number of shows, that all of the shows are kind of sold out and packed lately. So if you don't get to a show early or on time, like you're kind of screwed. And that's one thing that's sort of, it can be a little difficult. I think comparatively Berlin is lucky because there's so much systemic support for the underground comparatively to the US where there's like no support. So, you know, the bigger techno clubs got, you know, help from the government, and, you know, I still see the scene as being very strong. Just there's a lot of work to do to kind of repair it back to where it was. I'm not sure we'll get there.